نكاح مبارك زواج مبارك النكاح من سنتي ما قال النبي هو الصحيح نكاح مبارك
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome again, brothers and sisters, to another episode in the series Marriage and Divorce. With myself is our Shaykh Haitham Al Haddad, who currently resides in the UK and is on the board of the Sharia Council of Britain, and is also the founding member of the website www.islam21c.com. We will now move on to the issue of the walima. What is a walima? Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
The walima, this is something that I think in society these days is possibly slightly misunderstood because we have so many different kinds of celebrations. Can you explain from the Islamic side what is the walima?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah. In the beginning of this series, we said that we are going to discuss marriage and divorce as the main element of our social Islamic system, the hub of the social Islamic system. And this issue of walima is part of that social Islamic system. It gives us an indication about the social Islamic system. What is it? What is the dynamic of it? How it works, etc., etc. We said that marriage is the cornerstone of the Islamic system, of the social Islamic system, the political system of the society.
Exactly, definitely.
Okay? And hence it is not any contract. It is more important than the sale contract, it is more important than the renting contract, and so on.
That's why you said it needs three parties to be involved.
To be involved. And it is the most regulated contract. Okay? By the way, I wanted to say one point. Once we say that it is the most regulated contract, it doesn't mean that it is so complicated that you cannot do it easily. No. The amazing thing about the nature of Islam, about the nature of Sharia, that it is so sophisticated, but so simple. You can explain Islam in 1 minute, and you can continue explaining Islam in hundreds of years. Marriage is very simple, but from the other side, it is the most regulated contract. And that's why they cannot stop Islamic marriage. Mm-hmm. Although it is heavily regulated by Sharia, they cannot stop. In some countries, they took a condition on the imams that they do not do any Islamic marriage. Yeah? I said to the imams, you should not have agreed to this. They said this is part of the system. I said no.
How can they agree?
Some of them did agree.
How will the Muslim get married?
Yes, this is the point. I said to them, Ya akhi. Now, as we said previously, in any Western country, is it illegal for a man to sleep with a woman?
No.
Even he can sleep with a married woman. He can be married and he can sleep in a married woman in her bed, in the bed of her husband. As far as there is a mutual consent, that's it. Now, our marriage is the father of the wife, yes, of the wife-to-be, of the girl, is giving her a consent to sleep with a man. Can they stop this?
No.
They can't. They say, yes, we don't mind a man sleeping with a woman, but we mind a man sleeping with a woman when her father consents for this.
It doesn't make sense.
My dear brothers, especially the imams, yeah, especially the imams, they need to understand this. It is a very important point. Why? Because I am a person who is promoting the presence of Sharia councils in all non-Muslim countries, Western and non-Western countries. Some African non-Muslim countries approved something like the Sharia Council to deal with matrimonial issues between Muslims. They have their own setup. In Zimbabwe, where Mufti Mink is coming, you know, Mufti Mink, he's the official Mufti of Zimbabwe. And Zimbabwe is not a Muslim country. But they recognized a mufti. What is the job of the mufti? Is to legalize, to formalize, is to monitor, elements of Muslim personal law between Muslims who opt to. So if there is a Muslim man, a Muslim woman, they want to marry according to the Islam, they go to the mufti and they register, etc., etc., and then they become, in terms of the Muslim personal law, part of the jurisdiction of the mufti who was appointed by the state. So it is not even a parallel system, as many media outlets in the West say. It is not a parallel system. It is within the system.
And this is when
it's part of the system.
When people started talking about integration and cohesion, this is it.
This is it.
Not separate.
You integrate me according to my needs. Accommodate me according to my needs. Then you have endorsed me. Then I became integrated. I became part of the system because you opened your system for me. You opened your arms for me. But if you don't open your arms for me and you let me out and then you ask me to integrate, what does it mean?
How can you integrate in that case?
How can I integrate? You are telling me that you are away from the system. Okay? So, the issue is our marriage as Muslims cannot be stopped.
No.
In any country, in Russia, in China, in the most anti-religion country. It cannot be stopped. Why? Because simply it means that the father is giving a consent to his daughter with some other conditions, such as witnesses and mahar to be given to her to sleep with another man.
In a legitimate relationship, which we call marriage.
So it will become a legitimate relationship. Me as a father will not feel that my daughter is going behind my back with a man. And moreover, the man will not just sleep with her and just leave her, throw her, kick her away as he is sleeping with a prostitute. He will have what? Rights, obligations, duties, responsibilities. It's not just a joke. It's not one night off. Furthermore, if it happened that they have a child, that a child is illegitimate, and this man, he is the father of this
and he has more
child,
responsibility.
and now he has more responsibility to both of them. Now what is better? To have marriage or to have sexual relationship, casual sexual relationship, which is equal to prostitution?
Marriage, of course, without
Marriage.
a doubt.
Marriage. That's why they cannot stop marriage. They cannot stop marriage. Even if they ask imams not to carry marriage, still the husband, and by the way, this is what I said to the Deputy Minister of Social Affairs in Denmark. I told her, you cannot stop it. Why? Because me as a father, I can receive a man who wants to marry my daughter, in my house. I don't need an imam. By the way, this is another point that we maybe missed, that marriage does not need an imam.
It's not a condition.
It is not a condition. Yes, we mentioned the condition of marriage. We should have mentioned this, and now we are mentioning it. That you don't need an imam to carry out the nikah ceremony. In fact, the imam acts like a witness. The imam is a witness.
Witness, and he coordinates.
And he coordinates it because he knows more about it. We don't need a priest, to give his blessings.
It's not on anyone else's authority. It's just the wali.
So, yes, except the wali. So I said to her, me as a wali, in my house, I can receive a person who wants to marry my daughter. And I have two witnesses, from friends, from relatives, from maybe neighbors. And that person will give a dowry to my daughter. And I will say to him, you marry my daughter, I accept. My daughter, do you accept to marry him? That's it, done. I said to her, is this illegal? Can you make this illegal? Of course, she can't. They can't. The system can't. Unless If you want to make it illegal, then you should make it illegal for any man to cohabit with any wife, or not to sit or to touch or to kiss or to have any sort of intimacy with any lady, except if they have registered this relationship with the civil registry. If you want to do this, okay, then I'm fine. Yeah? And of course they can't do it. So why do we have double standards and hypocrisy? So now this discussion led to 2 points. First of all, that the presence of the imam is not a condition for the validity of the nikah. Secondly, that the nikah, although from one angle is highly regulated, from the other angle it can be done in a very, very easy way. And the nikah is valid, and that's it. Alhamdulillah. That's it.
We'll come back after the break, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, do return and continue this discussion with us on the issue of the walima. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
النكاح من سنتي
Where truth is hidden, misleading quotations create confusion. Where truth is hidden, lack of knowledge and wisdom cause upheaval and commotion. Where truth is hidden, manipulated scriptures and twisted facts emerge. This very hidden truth creates false propaganda, mayhem, chaos, disorder, and turmoil in our lives and the world order. But is there anyone with courage and wisdom? What is the truth, and who has the courage to expose it? Because it's the right to know the truth.
Watch truth prevail and lies perish in Truth Exposed by Dr. Zakir Naik. Every Sunday to Friday at 9 p.m. and repeat telecast at 7:30 a.m. UK on Peace TV.
Most countries of the world ban bullying. They fight it in their schools and universities. A lot of us are being bullied differently every single day. Some come up to us and say, do this, while others say, don't you dare. Some say this is halal, while others say, nope, this is haram. Are you confused? Do you feel lost? Join me in Umdat al-Ahkam, where with the grace of Allah, we will learn the proper knowledge from the Quran and from the Sunnah, which would help stop this kind of bullying.
Join Asim Al Hakim in Umdatul Ahkam next on Peace TV.
النكاح من سنتي
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Brothers and sisters, welcome back to the discussion between myself and our Shaykh Haitham Al Haddad on the issue of the walima. Assalamu alaikum, Shaykh.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
We diverted slightly from the issue of the walima at the other end of the break. What do we need for the walima to be done correctly?
Okay, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. As we said in the previous scenario, the nikah is done. Now, what should be done? Okay, what should be done? What should be done is, the sunnah is to celebrate this.
And it should be something celebrated.
It should be some celebrating. What do we mean by celebrating? Celebrating, first of all, thanking Allah. Secondly, announce it to people, to other people. Thirdly, show a level of happiness. Yeah? And fourthly, gather the people together. Yeah? To have food. This is celebration. Why I am saying this? Because there is a level of exaggeration in terms of what? In terms of the wedding day or night. And people take it too far. Israf, excessiveness, and different forms. And they prepare for this night as, and they call it now Laylatul Umr, the night of the life. Yeah? The only night. As if it is going to change your life from Iman to Kufr. I agree that it is an important event. It is the most heavily and regulated contract. Yeah, but the way it is done now, I think it is, in most scenarios, it has been excessively done or even financed. So, Islam says that the man now is the husband of this lady, of this woman. He becomes halal for her, she becomes halal for him. If the husband agreed with the father that the marriage will be consummated, then they can do so. What do we mean by consummated? That the woman, the female, goes with her husband and privately they will have some sexual relationship, intimacy, and so on. Because he's halal for her, she is halal for him. That's all. And as we said, Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala anhu, after the nikah to Fatima, he said, Ya Rasulullah, ibni bi, means allow me to consummate the marriage. Obviously, this is his need, why he is marrying. Okay? And the Prophet ﷺ even didn't say that this is a taboo, you are taking my daughter to have a sexual relationship with her. This is the reason of marriage, and this is the wisdom of Sharia. And I remember, I think Sheikh Ali Tantawi said, look at this issue of Sharia. You don't, as a man, yeah, you don't like any man, any other man, to look at your wife. Yeah, you feel jealous. Or to look at your daughter. You ask her, just preserve yourself, wear hijab, etc. You become jealous, and this is not bad. Now many people are trying to present this as a matter of modernity. Yeah, you don't feel jealous. No, I should feel jealous. You should feel jealous. This is ghayra from iman.
People these days say it's possession, it's obsession.
Oh, yes, control and these things. Yeah, in fact, the wife should be proud that her husband feels jealous, okay, about her. But when the man accepts that this man marries his daughter, he will be the one to encourage him to consummate and to have sexual relationship with his own daughter.
He feels comfortable in the whole scenario that this is legitimate.
It was done with his permission. He is the one who finalized it, and this is his daughter. Later on, he will have grandchildren. This man is a responsible man. He will look after her. It is not an indecent relationship. No, it is a decent relationship. Sharia allowed it. The Prophet ﷺ did it. The Prophet ﷺ was a father-in-law. Allah Jalla wa Ala mentioned that this is the norm of people. هو الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها ليسكن إليها. He is the one who created you from one soul, and he created its mate from it in order to find the tranquility. And the verses that we have spoken about, he will feel, and he will feel that it is a matter of ibadah, and he will feel the father. He will see that I am supporting an individual to protect his chastity. I am helping my daughter to protect her chastity, and so on. So he will feel that it is an act of ibadah, not an act of embarrassment. I am saying this because many societies feel that it is a taboo. Believe me, in some communities, the father does not attend the wedding day of his daughter because of embarrassment. In some other communities, I came across those communities myself. The brothers, yeah, do not attend the wedding day of their sister because they feel that there is another man now, yeah, going to, as wrong practices. Yeah. So in order to make it a happy day for everyone, and in order to announce it, Sharia, Islam recommended that we have a feast, we have a gathering where we eat, okay, some food. This is as simple as this. This is the walima. So the walima is a food that other people invited to have after the nikah.
How long after?
Okay, we will discuss this, but this is the general description of the walima. So the walima is the food that other people are invited because of the nikah. Okay, after the nikah we will see. But because of the marriage, because of the nikah, this is the walima. It is a highly recommended act. Some scholars said that it is wajib, some scholars said that it is permissible, but most of the scholars said that it is what? It is highly recommended. In Hadith Abdurrahman ibn Auf, the Prophet ﷺ said to him, أَوْلِمْ وَلَوْ بِشَاءٍ. Have a walima, even by what? Offering a sheep, yeah, as food for your guests. Okay? And the Prophet ﷺ himself offered walima because of his marriage to his wife. It was reported that when he got married to Zainab bint Jahsh, on the next day, he offered some food for the people. Again, Safiya radiallahu ta'ala anha, he offered some food for the people. And, okay, in the case of Safiya, the food was offered by the people themselves. Yeah? In the case of Zainab, some people also contributed to the food. The issue is, it is not who pays who. Yeah?
About the gathering,
gathering,
the sharing of the food.
And the sharing of food. And imagine a happy incident. Yeah? People are coming to socialize. This socialization is an act of ibadah. Then during the social time, while they are socializing, the man will say, MashaAllah, this is the nikah of who and who. Yeah? They will say, this is the nikah, for example, of, I don't want to mention my name, otherwise my wife will feel jealous and she will give me a hard time. But this is the nikah of brother Daniel, okay, to sister, for example, sister Maryam. Oh, really? Which Daniel? Yeah, Akhi, Daniel, the revert brother. Oh, yeah, Daniel. Oh, yeah, from the UK, I know him. He's marrying who? He's marrying Maryam. Who's Maryam? She is, for example, a Pakistani sister. Oh, really? Maryam who? Maryam Khan. Oh, yeah, her father is Muhammad Khan, that one who owns the shop. Oh, yes. Now, see, this is announcing the nikah. Yeah? Announcement of the nikah. Now, more people know about the nikah. So later on, you have a child. Who is this child? He is the son of Daniel. Oh, yeah, we know, we attended his wedding. He's a legitimate child. This is a legitimate relationship. Now a family was what? Was formed. They will treat you as a married person. Everyone knows about it. You want to marry, for example, another lady, they will say to you, oh, you want to marry another wife? They know that you are married. Later on, your father-in-law, yeah? Your father-in-law, he will identify you as part of the extended family now. And so on. So there are many social benefits out of this gathering, out of this walima. And this is part of the wisdom of this walima. One of the elements is the sister who is going to marry, now she will be happy and she will have some dress and her friends will be celebrating. So the whole process, even the consummation of the marriage will not be something scary.
Of course, it's a happy occasion.
It will be something happy.
Joining of two families.
Joining of two families. But what I mean, even the act of consummating the marriage, the sexual relationship itself will not be a taboo, will not be something dirty, and the fear of it will be removed.
Jazakallah khair, Sheikh. We need to conclude here, but we will come back to the next episode and just continue to discuss the walima. Brothers and sisters, please return to us so we can continue on the issue of the walima. And I have a few questions that I would like to ask the Sheikh. So please come back and listen to the answers and see what actually does happen in society and how possibly we need to fix ourselves in terms of organizing the walima. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.
نكاح مبارك زواج مبارك النكاح من سنتي ما قال النبي هو الصحيح نكاح Mubarakun. There is joy, there is happiness. In this union, let there always be bliss. Allah will bless your home with light, your heart with never-ending delight. Two worlds today have now become one. The road ahead is as bright as the sun. Oh Allah, keep this marriage so strong. In your hands does their future belong.
He faces.
My question is, I have two questions.
He listens.
My question is about the beard, about Imam Mahdi.
What other people believe in.
He answers.
So number one is the help of Allah.
He satisfies in the light of glorious Quran and authentic Hadith.
If Allah helps you, believe me, you have to get success.
Catch Dr. Zakir.
Then you have the next call, please.
To get convincing and valid answers in Dial Dr. Zakir every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. and repeat telecast at 9:30 a.m. UK on Peace TV. The value of money in the hereafter will be measured by its proper use in the present.
يا أيها الذين آمنوا أنفقوا مما رزقناكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا بيع فيه ولا خلة ولا شفاعة.
According to the glorious Quran, one of the best ways to use your money is to spend it in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by spreading His message of Islam.